a nasty play at first base yesterday. Do you know anything today that you didn't know after the game yesterday?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not broken, which is great, but also sometimes they say a Bradley sprained ankle or a high ankle sprain, whichever one it is almost worse than a broken ankle. You know what I mean? So, because it takes longer to heal, but, the trainer told me this morning it wasn't swollen too badly, which is a great sign. I'm a big Ryne Stanek fan myself, and it looked ugly. And what happened, like the ball looked like it was down the line, then he hit the bag and hopped up, and then boom, right in Jose's glove, and then he broke late. He thought the ball was down the line, and then he break late. That's the first time I've seen the expanded bases really cost something, because like we'd had a normal sized base, you probably wouldn't have had that happen. But hey, man, we just got to keep on going, and hopefully, playing deep enough for him to get back into action for us.
When you pencil guys in that 8-9 spot in your order, you're just hoping, hey, let's just keep things going to get to the top of the order so maybe drive some runs in. I don't know how many times in your life you've seen your 9-1 hitters go back-to-back twice in the same game.
No, I haven't seen that many, but Dave Stewart came in when we were in Oakland, talked to some of my young pitchers, like France and Hunter Brown and some of these guys, and expressed to them the importance of getting that 8th and 9th hitter out, not letting the 8th and 9th hitter beat you. And that's why you try to stack your lineup, if you can, to have some production down at 8th and 9th spot, so that it does roll your lineup around. And I changed the lineup yesterday to put Dubon down there, because I thought that, okay, man, maybe he can be productive down that spot. He's been playing great, and he's been playing great center field. I was told that when we got him from Ron Wotus, one of my former coaches with the Giants. He told me that maybe his best position might have been center field. So, he's played all over the field. So, without him, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Astros manager Dusty Baker with us here on Sports Talk 790. And Dusty, we asked you last week about Christian. You all right over there?
No, I'm in my cousin's car, and I hit some button, and I did, and all of a sudden the music came on.
Okay. Oh, you can jam out in about 5 minutes, Dusty.
Okay, man.
We asked you last week about Christian Javier, the struggles that he's had, and whether you'd put him in a bullpen role or anything like that, but you guys kept him in the starter's position, and he looked a lot more sharp on Sunday. What changed for him?
Well, yeah, you really didn't have any choice. I mean, we got what we have, and we need him to start for us. And, a lot of times back in the day, guys were exiled to the bullpens that were fallen starters. But it's a totally different thing now, where you need those bullpen guys to be as productive as the starters. But, it looked like he shortened his stride some. He had great control of his breaking ball. He was throwing the ball low and away, which he'd been trying to do forever. And he wasn't throwing the ball like up in the zone, high in the zone. I mean, you can throw up in the zone, but anything above a certain level is continual ball. So, he was really good until he gave up those hits and a homer to, the young players, which sometimes they're harder to pitch to than the veteran players, because we don't know a whole bunch about them. So, we just hope that now he can continue on that same, path of excellence that we've become accustomed to.
Dusty, I want you to take this the right way. It feels like to me, for the first time this year, you have got so many different options with DH, outfield, catcher, and I know sometimes it maybe take a long time because of injuries or guys not performing, but is this the most difficult time of the year for you to balance? I got to get my guys in. I need my premium lineup in, but I also want to put the foot on the pedal, especially when you're in the middle of a race with two other teams trying to win a division.
Well, you said it, and also to try to keep guys sharp enough for when I need them. Because you have to call upon guys that, a pinch hit or pinch run or spot play. And if they hadn't been out there in 10 days or 2 weeks, they're not going to be sharp. But, right now is when your regulars got to play. I mean, this is why you played guys in and out of the lineup. This is how you've spelled guys time off. What's really difficult is I keep wanting to give Bregman and Tucker a day off because Bregman's played there all but one game, and Tucker's played all but 4 games, and 3 of those games he was sick. And so, I made it because I can see Tuck really wearing down, and the off days are they help, but they don't help mentally and emotionally being off. And so, I might have to give him one of these days off in against San Diego, whether he likes it or not. But I really didn't want to give anybody a day off in this important series of Texas. So, they're all important, but, when you're in the same division head to head, those games are have far more importance than when you're playing somebody else.
We've seen Rafael Montero's ERA drop more than a point, it feels like, over the last couple of months. And talking with you, it's never been about necessarily the velocity down or pitch selection. It's just been wrong place, wrong time, and then maybe a few walks here and there. But that hasn't been a part of his repertoire the last month. And so is there anything you can attribute that to?
Hey, man, nobody plays great the whole year. I don't care who you are. It's a long season. There are ups and downs. Everything depends really on how you handle the downs, and if you can minimize your downs, because you're going to have them. I don't care who you are. And, he was a couple months ago, he was going through a down period. You know what I mean? And, he had bad luck. He'd walk at the wrong time. He'd throw a ball away himself. As always, hit a batter when you got 2 strikes on him. Like sometimes you just go through a bad period in your life. And now hopefully, he's building up that good period because he's throwing the heck out of the ball, and we really need him, especially go along with Neris and the rest of the guys in the bullpen.
All right, well, any thought of you giving up these home games this weekend to stay on the road because the squad is so much better on the road than it is at home? You want to do that, or do you want to come home for a few days?
No, let's come home. So let's come home and figure it out because this is going to help us in the playoffs playing on the road. But, hey, man, we got to win games at home, and we got to figure this out as to why. Try to keep the ball in the ballpark. Our fans deserve we got some of the most loyal fans I've ever seen, and they deserve, our families deserve to see us win at home because they're supporting us. I mean, that's not the issue, and we're trying our butt off.
You can say ass, Dusty. It's fine. We're okay with that.
No, that's okay. But it's like. We'll figure it out. That's all I can say. We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, make sure you give your cousin some gas money. We thank you very much for the time, and good luck tonight and the rest of the week.
All right. Thank you.
We'll see you later. Dusty Baker with us here on Sports Talk 790 in his cousin's car.
He'll get it figured out.
I always... part of theater of the mind is where you are, and Dusty's always good about telling us where he is.
He's usually in a car. He's going to or from the dry cleaners, it seems like.
Dry cleaners.
Especially when he's at home.
He went and got some matzo ball soup a couple of times.
True, yes.
He is in the cousin's car. He got stuck inside the stadium somewhere, and they wouldn't let him in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was getting hassled outside of the stadium. Where was that? It wasn't
Toronto, wasn't it?
Maybe it was. I can't remember. It's like when you're Dusty Baker, you should be able to walk into any stadium you want.
I think we had to get the embassy involved on that, I think so. Yeah. All right, so I would say that obviously the big news out of that is that Ryne Stanek's ankle is not broken, but...
Going to miss some time.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked really, really bad yesterday. When you can't put weight on it and they had to bring the cart out, that didn't sound like it's 2 days in with a bunch of ice.
Yeah, you're not normally bringing the cart out in a baseball game.
Yeah. 12:45, Sports Talk 790. We got Gut Feelings coming up in 15 minutes at Sports Talk 790.